I'm here today to preview my Infinite Castle design utilizing 3D print and laser cutting technologies. The focus of this design has been to create a component-based set of models that will allow you to build a fort of any size and shape imaginable. I've attempted to figure out ideal materials suitable for this task. In addition to the obvious need of a 3D printer and laser cutter, you should also acquire some 1/8" Baltic birch plywood and cross-linked polyethylene foam. You will find a link on my blog where you can order this foam if you do not have a source. Be aware that laser cutting this foam will not harm your laser, but will release carcinogenic fumes that could one day kill you. So be sure that you have a properly vented laser machine. The complete plans for my design are available for download on my blog site. A simple, fast email registration being the only price of admission to this design. This email registration will result in your email account being spammed with as many as 2 to 4 newsletters a year. These newsletters will make you aware of both free and purchasable designs available through Time Portal Games. This is the initial release of Infinite Castle Design. There will be more releases featuring buildings and castle keep designs intended to provide you with a vast array of design options. I will also be developing a fortress with taller walls than the generic Gala keep that I will be showcasing today. Infinite Castle Design is broken into 3 parts and is an open source design that you can manipulate and use in any way that does not result in personal profit. The 2D folder you will find will contain both Illustrator and AutoCAD file formats, as well as bitmap rasters. Be aware that the raster images I use are completely non-proprietary, and you should feel free to develop your own or find alternate tileable textures. Now, let's move down to the studio for a closer look. I'm going to briefly review the main components you will find in the initial Infinite Castle download. These components can be broken into 3 categories: wall, tower, and wall connectors. I'll start with the wall connectors. You will find 45 and 20-degree wall connectors, both concave and convex angles to accommodate your building needs. You will find a 90-degree corner attachment going in. You will find a 90-degree corner attachment going out. The one you find in the download will have a thicker wall than this one. I did an experiment to see what a thinner wall would look like to save on printing time, and decided it just didn't meet up with my aesthetic preferences. You will also find a curved wall connector for attaching your wall onto your tower. You'll only get one of these. If you need one going in the opposing direction, just use whatever software you have to mirror it over. The last piece that you'll find is a straight wall connector. Okay, and you can use this to make an extra long wall. If you happen to make curved walls, you will also use this piece to attach your endpoints. Now I'll move on to walls. When I initially started working with walls, I was laser engraving 3-ply wood. I decided that it was just taking too long and that I needed to find another material that I could adequately engrave in one shot at full speed. And I decided on a cross-linked polyethylene foam. It's a foam used a lot in kayaks, you'll find, and I'll have a link online where you can buy this stuff for pretty cheap. The wall connector, this is 3/8" foam, just basically fits right in there. The foam is a little large, so it's a little tight, but I think that's probably a good thing. Overall, it'll hold it nicely in place. It's a lot more snug than it would be if I was using 3/8" wood. Now the wall comes with three components that you'll have to assemble. You'll have fence pieces like this that you glue on top. You will also have catwalk supports that you glue directly to the wall. And then of course you will have the laser cut catwalk pattern that is designed to look like wood planking. I use 1/8 inch birch plywood for all floor pieces. You can use, whatever, but you get pretty good contrast with this stuff. Here's a section of the polyethylene foam with these components glued on there. And I will just set it up real quick. Wait, use this one. Okay, there you see my connection. There, that's a good angle. And then this catwalk, you would just cut it down to size, and you would glue it right on like that. It would come over the top and just overlap right onto your tower connector or your wall connector component. Pretty neat stuff. Finally, I'm going to talk about the tower component of this set. My towers are cut in half because my bed isn't quite big enough. I will have whole models available for download. You'll also notice that I have some notches on mine right here. That's just from an early design experiment where I thought I might connect the wall directly to the tower. I decided against that method. On the bottom, you'll have a recess. You'll be able to take your laser cut floor piece and place that directly in there. I have full-size designs for people who print with a PLA, and I also have design that's shrunk down to about 98.5% for people who print with ABS and might have some shrinkage issues. Another difference between this print and what you'll find in the design you download is that these stairs are attached. I decided to do away with that and just have the stairs loose, and then you can glue them on wherever you want to. All right, the second layer of the tower is a bit taller, and it has some windows that come with it. All right, and as you build up the tower, you're going to use these pieces that have a space cut out for the stairs. Again, it will be nicely recessed there. This level of the tower you can repeat in terms of printing, so you can build your tower up as tall as you'd like. The final part of the tower is the top, and I have a couple of different options for that. Let me adjust the camera here. The first option is a roof you can print out, place directly on top, and you can see there's a seam there. I printed it in two parts. I'll have a one piece available for this as well. And then the other solution is your conventional tower top there. Again, you can fit your floor right in there, line it up with your stairs. And this is a pretty substantial amount of space. If you have some 28mm catapults or ballista models, you should have no problem fitting those up on top of that tower there. The final component that doesn't really fit in anywhere is just a little gatehouse that I made. It's not perfect by any means. This should probably be a little farther back. I'll probably design a gatehouse or something at some point. Anyways, I have little holes that will print on either side, and if they don't, you can just use a drill. And this laser cut door comes with tabs that will go on the sides, so you can have a door that goes up and down. And if you want to, you'll be able to glue thread and have a functional winch to sort of raise and lower the door there. Well, at least to raise it. You'll probably still have to lower it by hand. Anyways, there's that. And that completes this preview. Thank you for stopping in.